Hey guys, welcome back. Bolt Spider here, and I have another episode of How to Deck Build for you guys. So let's get right into it and let's see what the wheel rolls. And I'm gonna mute the wheel because I don't really think that's good. We have Gravekeepers. This is gonna be interesting because Gravekeepers is a deck that is more of a very highly control oriented, and this deck has gone through so many different variants that it is not funny. So let's get right to it and let's see what we have. So for Gravekeepers, this is what we have. We have so many cards, but not that many. Not that many ways to use it. And I'm gonna. So Gravekeepers are based around the lovely field spell of Necro Valley. This is actually a very good, very powerful Floodgate spell card. And let's get building. So usually they don't focus around the higher levels. They just focus around the lower levels, like Gravekeeper's Heretic. We have Commandant, which is the terraforming for the deck. And we also have things like Gravekeeper Spiritualist, because that card's actually very powerful, on top of things like the one Gravekeeper's Headman, which is a level 3 for the deck. So what do each of these do? So first off, we have Gravekeeper's Heretic. This card is unaffected by all other cards as long as Necro Valley is on the field. Then we have Commandant, which is a terraforming. We have Gravekeeper Spiritualist. During the main phase, if a Necro Valley is on your field, you can fusion summon one spellcaster fusion monster from your extra deck using cards you control and other monsters from your hand or field as fusion material. Then we have the one Headman. If this card is summoned, target one level 4 Gravekeeper monster in your graveyard. Special in attack position or face down defense position. You can only use this effect once per turn, and this is unaffected by Necro Valley. Now, for the spells and traps for Necro Valley, we are going to need Triple of the Throne Room, because this adds a Gravekeeper monster from your deck to your hand, or immediately normal summon a Gravekeeper monster. We're most likely going to be using Throne just to normal summon out a Gravekeeper monster. I mean, add a Gravekeeper monster. Next up, we're going to have double of the Hidden Temples. Activate if both Gravekeeper and Necro Valley are on the field. Neither player can special summon monsters except Gravekeeper monsters. If either a Gravekeeper monster or Necro Valley is not on the field, destroy this card. So it's very strict on what it does, but it definitely stuns the opponent from special summoning. After that, we're going to have the trap cards being the one Necro Valley. And also, we don't want to forget Royal Tribute. And if we look at cards with Necro Valley in its card text, this is pretty much all that we're going to get, because the rest of the deck is stun orientated. Now, what does Temple do? Temple is when a Gravekeeper monster and a Necro Valley are both on the field, monsters your opponent controls lose 500 attack and defense. Once per turn during the main phase, if you control no cards in your field zone, you can activate one Necro Valley directly from your hand or graveyard. If this card is in your possession, is destroyed by an opponent's card effect and sent to your graveyard, you can set one Necro Valley spell trap directly from your deck, except Necro Valley Tempo. So you are setting Throne, Necro Valley Temple, or Necro Valley itself. Now let's start filling up the deck with the actual other cards, things like Ash Blossom, also with Gravekeeper. I do not want to forget triple the Gravekeeper's Supernaturalist. This is 2 Gravekeeper monsters. It gains attack equal to the combined original levels of the 2 of the materials used for this fusion summon times 100. Most of the time it's going to be 3 and 4, so 700 more. While Necro Valley is on the field, this card and any other card in your field zone cannot be destroyed by card effects. During your main phase, you can activate this effect. During the end phase of the turn, add 1 Gravekeeper monster or 1 Necro Valley card from your deck to your hand. You can only use this effect once per turn. And this is pretty much your boss monster of the deck. You're not running anything else that is a higher attack, so that's pretty fun. Now, for the other cards, you can run Pot of Prosperity, you can run Extravagance. So if we run Extravagance, you cannot draw for the rest of the turn, but that's fine. That's where Pot of Duality comes in. Pot of Duality is a very good budget alternative, because if you look at Pot of Prosperity, it's $100+ and you cannot draw cards by the effects the turn you activate the effect. This just simply adds them to the hand, so you can run Extrav or you can run Pot of Prosperity. It kind of doesn't matter, but it kind of does, because this gives you 1, the other one gives you, this gives you 2, the other one gives you 1. And now for other things like the spells and traps. We're going to have a Solemn Brigade, Triple Judgment, Triple Strike, because we can pay for all of the life points. And then we're going to need the Impermanences, because those are actually very good. After that, we're going to have the 1 Terraforming, because we have 5 million ways already to search out Necro Valley, and we're not going to be directly searching out Necro Valley, as we have 4 Terraformings in the deck. Now for the extra deck, it's just depending on how the meta is. Like right now, it's Tri-Brigade, Drytron. So Mud Dragon of the Swamp can be very useful, but also it is very dependent on how we play. So some things that we can do, since we can use our lovely Headman, is, or I mean Spiritualist, is that we can most of the time special summon this. But I think I'm going to run some Dogmatica outs, just in case that Maximus is being played. So double Natis, very, very good card. Cyber Dragon Nova. So we can summon out things like Makaba. So that's already a good amount. And then we can go other things like Nightmares, double Phoenix, double Unicorn. And then finally for the rest, we're going to just do something like, oh, I don't know. What's a good target that we could do? I guess actually we could just drop these down to 1. When we could just run Utopia. And this is where we can go into things like the lightning, and run the Prime and the Utopia. Two different of those, and I guess the double lightning. So this is a slow orientated deck, and I don't know how this is gonna roll out. So let's see what this deck can do. So first off, it's just Necro Valley. Activate Necro Valley. I'm going to activate Royal Tribute. Then just set 3 or set 2 pass. And then during their turn, we could just flip this up. And yeah. And we were just in a stun pattern. We could go Terraforming, grabbing the other Necro Valley. And it's just a stun deck. Like, oh, strike that, strike this. We could get gamed here. But once we draw a monster, it actually does the job. 2100 to the face. Most decks can't really get over a 2100 attack monster. So it's one of those things where, oh, this is very good. And then we have a 2300 attack monster. And this deck being a stun deck can be very scary if it's built correctly. And if you guys want, you could take this list and change it up to your liking if you want to play a different build. But this is more so of a stun card. Well, this drops down to 1800 because it's unaffected by Necro Valley. But anyways, this has been a very short how to deck build. So if you guys want to see more, please subscribe for future content. And hit that like button down below because it shows support. But anyways, I've been Bolt Spider. See you guys in the next video, and goodbye.